Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, what is up? Something new for you today. I'm quite excited to bring you Generals.io. If you guys remember, this is the game that we did for an April Fool's. We had like our titles, like our favorite Generals game ever, and then instead of having a 0-hour game, we had Generals.io and we casted it. But we actually had our AMA recently, and a few people were keen on us actually casting Generals.io, actually subscribed because they saw a Generals.io game. So may or may not be a troll, but I thought I'd cast them anyway because it is a really cool game. It's something you kind of do in your spare time as well. It doesn't take a big time investment because the games are relatively short. So it can be something cool to jump into. I play this game a lot, or at least I used to. I haven't played it for probably a couple of months up until now. Just because I've been playing other stuff, but it is cool. I was ranked. I think I definitely got in the top 100. I don't know how far within I got. Like maybe I got top 20. I don't really remember. In North America was the region that I played in. So actually a pretty decent player. I get a lot of the strategies in the game. It is quite in depth. Though it looks fairly basic. Without saying too much more, we'll jump into it. But just I guess a short explanation is for those of you who don't actually play Generals.io. So you have your king, and the numbers kind of represent army sizes. So you move around the squares, take squares. Obviously that takes up one of your army. The goal is to capture your opponent's king square, essentially. So moving your army to take out their army, and you can also take castles, and the territory you held generates army when you have the territory, and the castles and the king squares generate them faster, which you'll see when we get into the game. You can't cross the mountainous regions, so these are like mountains here. You can't go past them. You have to go around. And we are going to be casting a free-for-all. That's kind of the accepted competitive mode, I guess, for generals. I might do some team games or some 1v1s or something later, but they tend to be a bit basic. The free-for-alls bring out a lot more of the strategy and the competitiveness inside of the game. So I personally prefer free-for-alls. I think they're the best iteration of the game, though there are other modes as well. So we'll jump into it. It's fairly self-explanatory when we get in. I've got a few replays for you today. I've had a quick flick through, and I think most of them should be okay. If we need more, we'll get more. If we need less, we'll see how we go. But until I get bored of casting, we'll do a few games. So this is our first game. Batu, and these ranks along here, these actually represent the ranks of the players. Obviously, the higher the number, the higher the rating is. So this is more of a rating, and the higher numbers are the better numbers here. Like multiple people can have like a 94 level or rank or whatever, but the higher the better. So we've got Batu Khan, who's red, Max is the blue, FHC as the light green, ex-Battlefan is the purple, DDSFD, FA, very specific, as the Aqua. We'll go with Aqua. Number 2 only, dark green, Inhuminator 3 as the yellow, and 1927 is going to be the maroon. Sorry guys, small recording issue there. Hopefully I fixed that. I was actually most of the way into this cast, and then I realized my recording had decided to stop, which makes Blake very sad. Blake does not enjoy being sad, so hopefully we're going to have some more success now. I'll get our chill beats back on, and then we'll keep going with it. Chill beats back on. All right, now I'm ready. Now I'm prepared. I'm not even tilted. Good to go. Let's technically cast this again, but for you guys, it'll be the first time. Very excited. All right, let's get it going. Okay, so we see not a lot of movement coming out first from our players. Some of them starting to push out. You get additional armies on these squares once we get to every 25 turns. These squares will actually generate army. So our players don't actually have to push out from their kings until that point, and actually can just stay on their kings if they want to. So we're looking here. A couple of our players have already started to interact with each other. Maroon has unfortunately run into 2 people, both the SFD and Batu Khan. They're going to be running into each other. You generally only want to run into one player at a time, so you're just fighting one person. So you're going to find a border, and then you're just fighting that person. If you start running into multiple people, you start running into the issue of getting wrecked. Getting double teamed is not a fun time in free-for-alls. Okay, we got the first push coming out here from Max. It's actually a pretty dangerous one. Going to be following the 1 squares down. Can actually find a... No, not a capture. Definitely not. The counter from Badu Khan is real. Gets a lot of army supply up there. Looking pretty good. All our players currently still in the game. No one's king's under threat. It seems like number 2 only might be AFK. Generally, if you're going to go for a king's only push, where you just run all that army into your opponent's, try and find one opponent's king, you generally start it by now. Sometimes players are AFK. That does happen. Actually, Inhuminator up the top here as our yellow gonna be the one finding the capture. Very opportunistic. Had Max throw away a little bit too much army supply, and that certainly can be the risk in going for the king's push. Okay, nice. Okay, Ex-Battle Fan has found number 2 only. Actually already committed a bunch of army. That's probably just wants to capture this as a castle. Generally, you just want to leave AFK players alone. You don't want to capture them, but just in case they come back, I guess it's good to push them. Actually, we'll find the capture here as well. That's good to see. Big push coming from Inhuminator. Had the king as well as this castle. Going to instantly find Badu Khan's king, which is good. At the same time, we had number 2 only. He put it out of the game. I think it was number 2 only. Missed it? Where is it? Where's the elimination? Oh, maybe there was an elimination. That's cool. No, I think it was a maroon elimination over here. Yeah, it must have been. Okay, maroon's pretty close to getting taken out. There we go. So it was revealed by green. It's actually going to be red that finds the final capture, I'm pretty sure. No, actually gets taken out at the same time. So there's red going down. Okay, that's fine. Thought I missed a capture. I didn't. It was just number 2 going down over here in the bottom corner. Nice, another capture. And Inhuminator is finding some excellent pathing. That's 3 eliminations so far, I'm pretty sure. That's fairly nasty. Not 4, you're kidding me. Oh, that's really close to finding the king square. That's a great strat from Ex-Battle Fan. Actually preemptively moved his army off, because obviously the path from Inhuminator was going straight to a king. Don't want to reveal the king if you can avoid it. So moving off the square and taking the engagement early, even though he would have won it anyway, means that the king hasn't been revealed, which puts Ex-Battle Fan in a better position. So that's good to see. Currently 3 players still in the game. FHC, Battle Fan, Inhuminator are our players. Nice consolidation for Ex-Battle Fan. Going to be running some more troops into his king. Huge army lead at the moment to Inhuminator, up on 519. 227 for FHC, 198 for Ex-Battle Fan. That's the land they currently control. Okay, big consolidation onto the king square of Inhuminator. It's actually the push from the king square as well. That's bold. Hopefully that works out. Oh, that's not good. Oh no, this one square is going to get followed. Uh-oh. This could not be good. Wow. Inhuminator needs to find this king. Look at this push. Because he pushed from the one square. That could be really bad. Oh, that's going to be really bad. Oh, doesn't quite actually get there. That was so close. Down to 1. He's trying to desperately consolidate his position. Not even pushing with this 160 army. Okay, so it's been revealed. There's no more vision there anymore. What's going to get there in time? This is going to be really close, actually. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, that was so close. Inhuminator almost having enough army onto his king to save it, but the push coming through from Ex-Battle Fan works out. It's why you never push an army from your king, because you leave this line of 1s along the route that your army took, and that's kind of the path of least resistance if you're an opposing army pushing into enemy territory. There's a chance it came from the king, and that's really dangerous. You want big numbers around the king, so it doesn't look like a good direction for an opponent to actually push into. So FHE versus Battle Fan. I think the benefit here for... We'll bring this back up to speed. Benefit here for Battle Fan is the fact that... Oh, sorry, for FHC... Who's the benefit for? For FHC is the Ex-Battle Fan doesn't really know the positioning of his king. Whereas the king from Battle Fan, you know, FHC has a bit of a better idea in terms of the territory that he held previously in the route of takeovers from Ex-Battle Fan. So I'd say that FHC is currently has the advantage in terms of knowledge. Looks like this is going to be a good army intercept coming down here. Yeah, good stuff from Ex-Battle Fan. Trades out on armies. It's going to be running through the castles of FHC. So Ex-Battle Fan's king is quite close to FHC's position, but very far behind in terms of army supply. 1,300 against the 550. So I think the best strat in this situation, when you're this far behind, you know, you don't really have very much territory. I think the best move is nearly always to just group up absolutely everything from your king and then just make one baller rush through your opponent's territory. I think that's the only way that you can win from this situation. Just this concentrating out of armies really favors ex-Battlefan, who has just more income, has more castles and just more territory than FHC does. So that being said, I would like to see ex-Battlefan like maybe consolidate some of these forces in the top left-hand corner. He's got an 86 castle here and a 104 castle here. Bring those back into the king, you know, provide some safety, which definitely isn't there yet. Battlefan very close to revealing the king position of FHC, but not quite. Of course, vision only in around the squares. So the squares immediately next to your own squares. So like the vision for Battlefan is like here, for example, like that. Okay, so this is semi-baller push from FHC, but I think it's going to be too little too late. Like this is a 155 square, you can't push through that. And it's covering a really key location as well. So if you had another army here, then this whole section would be covered, and there's no way FHC could push through. Another good army push. She goes the wrong way here, but just constantly trading out against castles, like I said, is just bonus for the Battlefan. Puts Battlefan in the best position. Again, could start pulling some of these units. I would spend some time pulling some of these units, but just wants to keep FHC occupied, and eventually one of the armies is big enough to push through ex-Battlefan. We'll take our first game. Nicely played. Especially his takeover at the top of, I think it was Inhuminator. That was crazy. Never push from your king. It's a bad idea. Just like consolidate your castles and push through territory, but try and leave the squares around the king if you possibly can, unless you really need that when it comes to like the mid to late game, which is what we're heading towards. So 312 moves, decent length of a game. That was pretty long. FHG held out for a fair while there, but fruitless in the end. We'll move on to our next game, I think. Yes. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I need a G fuel. General's casting's intense. Okay. So we'll cast this one and just see how I go. I feel like I want to do a safety stop of the recording just to make sure it doesn't get corrupted. It doesn't stop again, because it stopped last time and that kind of triggered me. I don't want it to stop mid-cast when I'm all hypey hype. I have to recast it. Not as fun. Anyway, into our game. We'll run the gauntlet this time and just see how it goes. Chaz McFreely. It's going to be our red anonymous one as our dark blue President Morty. Our light green DSFDAFS as our purple sudden kick as the aqua 0.3010 as our dark green, Fitzy as our yellow, and Anonymous as our maroon. Anonymous is the default name, I'm pretty sure, for generals, so lots of people can obviously run into it and you can have that name. So Anonymous is the default if you haven't said anything. So let's jump in, see how we go. Okay, no one pushing out just yet. Just going to be waiting until they need to. Again, you only need the territory captured when the 25 turn hits. Then you're going to get, obviously, you get all the income in. Okay, it does take up one army supply to capture. Okay, there we go. We'll do a quick pause at 25. So, looking towards our fights here. Maroon has kind of run straight into sudden kick. Hopefully this gets closed out quickly. If you get in a never-ending push war with your opponent, it can put you in a really bad position. So hopefully this gets resolved fairly quickly. Dark green's running into purple here. Red reveals yellow, and blue's going to run in here soon as well. And a very cautious start from President Morty. Maybe he's planning on going for an early castle capture. That can be a strategy. Just like bank up all your units on your king, go for an early castle capture, which obviously gives you much more increased income relative to the regular squares. So it could be a strat. No, he's going to push out. That's okay. Meanwhile, yeah, Anonymous and Sudden Kick are just going to be trading into each other in the top left-hand corner, so that's not great. Oh, nice. Actually finds a reveal here. President Morty goes for the push, finds the king reveal, puts him in a really good position, and means Anonymous maybe has to play defensive or at least start pushing back their territory. At the same time, Fitzy's going to be pushing in, so this is almost a 2v1, puts him in a pretty bad position. Okay, I don't know who's going to win this one, but... Okay, there's the 2 ranks. So maybe we see a big push coming in from Anonymous, I'm not sure. No one added our game yet, which is rare. We also see DSFDA came pretty close to getting a king capture on point 3. Okay, looks like this push is going to be enough from Anonymous. Managed to grab a bunch of his 2s, put them all together and find a capture. But look here, we actually have a really nice counter push coming in from Fitzy. this is really good because Fitzy had vision on President Morty and saw that Anonymous went for the takeover, which means probably going to be weak because he's traded out a lot of army here, and we can see that's the case, down to a 14 king, which is going to get taken over. Fantastic play from Fitzy. That was awesome. Good to see, I guess, the counter here from Chasmic Freely. Looking to make a run of his own and look for a capture, but unfortunately it goes the wrong way. Actually would have come very close to getting the king. This is interesting. We've seen point 3 actually pull half of his units off half of the army off the king, which is so weird because it's revealed. DSF like has this revealed and has decided to go for the bush, which means any army that comes through can just take over the king really is. Like that strikes me as a really weird decision. Pushes through, takes over a castle, and just gonna get captured. That's why you even if your opponent reveals your king, you want to recapture the territory around it to make sure that they no longer have vision on that area. Really important. Again, just Anonymous and Sunkick throwing themselves into each other. Nothing interesting happening. Will we get a king reveal? Yes, we do. Okay, Chasmic Friendly has knowledge, and at the same time, we have Anonymous takeover. That was weird. That should have stalled out longer. What happened there at the top? We'll have a little look. Okay, so you got like an 18 army pushing through. We'll take it down to half speed. What? Anonymous should win this. Oh no, he's gonna move. Oh, moves off the king. That's really bad timing from Sudden Kick, especially with the army pushing through. Actually pulls off the king. I guess it almost surrenders to Anonymous. That's kind of sad. So Anonymous is gonna take that one. Might actually still be in the game. We'll see how we go. Different meanwhile down the bottom. So we've got DSF probably in the best position in terms of army and land. Actually got gifted a castle as well, which ended up getting taken over by Fitzy. Probably going to capture the one back fairly shortly. So I'd say DSF definitely in the better position here. Chasmic Freely has also revealed the king of Fitzy. So Fitzy kind of has to consolidate on this position, or at least look for a push, which is what we're going to see here. Okay, I'll bring it back to 1 speed. It's a 33 army, but it's just chilling on the edge of vision. Okay, actually wins that engagement. Will it get the king capture? No, not quite. Actually trades out army for army. Very, very close to working out, but not quite. Do we have another army coming in from Fitzy? Is it enough to take this out? There's a 15 and a 19 pushing from the king. That's going to be nice. Okay, 33 should be enough. And with the 17 coming in, oh, the 22 doesn't get there in time. That's disappointing. Actually would have been enough for Chasmic Freely to hold on, but is in the end eliminated. DSF has started the push into Fitzy's base, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't really have a lot of knowledge about where Fitzy's king is, this general area, having not really seen where Chasmic Freely was playing from, so doesn't really know. Could really be anywhere. At the same time, Anonymous is starting to push out, trying to consolidate, trying to get some castle captures, but still really far behind, so this is a pretty huge army going to be pushing through. So this is, oh no, Fitzy, no, don't do it to him. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, we're going to watch that again. That was nuts. What are the odds? Look at this. Huge push coming in from Fitzy. This is such a baller play, and what a guess where DSF's king is. Like, finds it straight away. Could have popped anywhere and actually gets the capture. That's what you get for not consolidating on your king. What a huge capture by Fitzy. That was nuts. DSF is probably kicking himself. That was pretty crazy. Okay, so yeah, DSF position. So Fitzy's in a great position. Anonymous GG's out. That's not surprising. So Anonymous in a bad position for a few reasons. Not only obviously behind in army supply and in land as well, but yeah, behind in army supply and in land. But also the fact that really had no idea where Fitzy's king could have been. Just didn't see any of these engagements down here. Obviously, you know, with the sight range, couldn't see anything that was going on. So that's a good GG because it's just, it could run anywhere. King could be here, king could be here. It's just no way that with the army that Anonymous had could have traded that one out. So yeah, very unlikely that Anonymous takes anything there. So nice game, nice game. Okay, alrighty. I will just gonna stop and start the recording just to make sure I don't lose any of this content. Since I have had a sound card issue, just want to make sure that doesn't get duplicated. So I'll be back in just a sec. Forgive me for the super cool cut you're about to see. And we're back. Gonna be casting some more games. I'm glad I did that stop because I actually had another sound card issue there. I'm playing on the Razor's Edge, as hopefully our players will be as well to make an interesting cast. SDF were birth as our red, AU Gen, our dark blue, Emoji as our light green, Ped Runner 1 as the purple, the real Papa Bloyd, our Cyan, Anon 93939 is the dark green, Mixinic as the yellow, cool name, and F. Belisarius as the maroons. They're going to be our players for this free-for-all. Without further ado, let's get started. Here we go. I just feel like you don't want to do too hype of an intro when it comes to generals.io, just because the game in and of itself is quite slow to start off with. The first 25 turns, just nothing happens, nothing ever happens. And then it gets a little bit serious. So we have the real Papa Boy maybe making a king run here. Going fairly slow. We'll stop it around turn 25 normally and just look at the state of affairs of this FFA. So real Papa Boyd maybe making a king run, saving up everything for the moment, maybe making a run probably around 40 or so. Supply, we got dark blue and yellow. So Mixinic and AUGen have run into each other here, so they're going to start trading out. No king reveals coming through as of yet. On the side of Anon, still not much action, and Red and Purple have run into each other as well. There's our 25, and now the action begins. Okay. Nice to see Mixinix consolidating onto the king. Never know when a push might come through from blue. He's running to each other from purple and red as well. Oh, that's actually going to be a nice takeover coming in. Just I'm a little bit out of position. We'll quickly rewatch that one. It's just a nice push coming in when it hadn't been revealed. So Anon's gonna find the reveal and then just like immediately go for it. So that's really smart, and just a bad timing coming in from SDF to push off those units. It actually means a pretty huge army pushing through from dark green. That's a really nice takeover by Anon. That's solid play. Like taking out an opponent and immediately finding the next one with that army that you've got. Obviously, there's a lot of extra army in one of those squares that you didn't have to trade out for. So that's a good engagement. I'm not sure what the real Papa Boyd's doing. This is a pretty crazy push, but he went for the king push, but didn't actually find the king, which is really unfortunate. So it puts him in a pretty bad position. We also have the reveal from AUGen onto Mixinix. King, and Mixinix can probably determine, just surmise that the king's down here from AUGen. So they've both got a fairly good idea, and I get another push coming out from Anon. I love being aggressive. When you're ahead, get more ahead. That's great. It actually finds the king reveal as well. Anon is playing out of his mind. That's really good. Two really quick takeovers. Got to follow this one up. Maybe even get a third, depending on how this one gets traded out. Oh, this could be really bad. I'm pretty sure AUGen's going to trade into this king. Oh, wow, if AUGen trades into this king. Oh, no, he's binding his time. That's really smart. Gonna wait and see if Anon brings in units and it's not quite enough and gets the king low and then try and capture it back. That's a really smart play from AUGen if that gets pulled off. We'll see if it does. Okay. Push coming through into territory. We're pushing as well. Okay, here's a big push. So this is going to be sad for AUGen because this army's going to be enough. It's going to take it out. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Okay, yeah, there's the takeover. Pretty nasty trade, and AUGen maybe trades back onto this. Yeah, tries to, but it's not going to be enough. Just a huge army from Anon. So that's three. That's four now. All four of these players have been just demolished by Anon. So that's 4 eliminations. Looking really good. Maybe this push continues as well. Now that real Papa Boyd, none of the players have any idea where Anon's king is, like no plan, because he's done all the takeovers kind of outside of vision range for all these other players. So puts him in really good positions to consolidate some units down, even moving units off the king. I love that. It's actually a good move. Moving on to castles to get even more economy and just solidify his position. As we can see here, just huge army lead coming in. So see where he keeps pushing to. Going to the real Papa Boyd. Okay, following the 1 square. Should find the takeover here. Oh, actually, it's the right direction. That's nice. Okay, so finds the takeover. That's 5 eliminations. And none could just wipe everyone here. Wow. This could be another elimination here as well. Actually keeps pushing with the 70 army. More units getting pulled onto the king, but it's not going to be enough. And Anon takes another player out. That's 6 eliminations so far for Anon. What a crazy game. Out of his mind. This is really just a masterclass on how to press an advantage. And now... losing my microphone. All right, saved it. Don't worry. Martial arts skills. I had to do the thing. Emoji is in just a really, really bad position. It's like got the reveal, but it's just not going to matter. Just like the king's all the way over here. It's just the army sizes are too big. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Emoji Man is going to fall here. Look at these huge armies pushing through. What a great game. Okay, finds a 70. Trade that army. Like I said before, trading army for army when you're ahead is great. Is always good. Nearly always good. Okay. So wow, Anon's in just a crazy good position. Even consolidating onto the king just wins in the game at this point. Okay, there we go. There's the army is starting to push through now. So That's what's going to happen. This army should close things. I'm surprised he's even taking castles to bother. Such a weird play, because like this is the risk. Like light green starting to push through and find dark green, which is actually getting chased down now, army for army. But you're going to be a move ahead all this time. This could be really bad if it finds the right run. It's not going to, though. Actually hits a couple of castles and gets deflected. So just pull this army back onto the king. Just like play it safe. Again, this is a really nice attempt, and I really support this. Like just grouping up all your army and just trying to find something, but just has no idea where the king is, and the vision's going to get cleaned up by a non-hero as well. Puts him in a great position. All right, so yeah, even just grouping all this up, should even send the king numbers just so far behind in terms of our army supply. Just has to group up everything and just push with everything he's got. Playing it really slow as well, making sure he doesn't accidentally run into any of the castles and trade out his army. Just see, he just has no idea. Actually came really close, getting deflected off the castles up the north, but just is finding nothing. There's nothing here. Has no idea where the king is. Didn't see any of the other captures happen on the map, so it's just pure guesswork at this point. Just the sheer advantage of playing well early and finding early captures is that your opponent just tends to have no idea where you are. Just puts you in a great position. So this should be it. Okay, this is the last ditch effort. It's a 450 stack to try and look for the king. Actually going in the right direction. That's a good start. Has revealed a bit of territory, so this is going to be pushing, but I'm pretty sure this 500 army is going to intercept at some point, or at least if it just pulls back to the king, like it just means GG. Like, yeah, there we go. That's all you have to do. That's the GG right there. If we just pause it, because I think this is an important point that I've seen some people lose to. So your opponent has 889 army supply, and you have to take off 118. Because that's the land that's captured, and you have to leave an army supply on each of the lands. So, like, say, like, that's the army, like, minus the 118. So you're looking at, I don't know, 700 and something army supply. So even if your opponent somehow managed to consolidate every single one of their, like, all their army all together and, like, make like a 300 stack, if you have now 900 on your king, the game is now unwinnable, essentially, for Emoji Man. So nice play from it on. He should just leave that there and then just push through, like with this 200 army that he's going with, and just win the game with that. So that's GG. Nice play. That was good. But yeah, those consolidations I find are really important. Always play it safe when you're ahead. Like that mid game, yeah, you want to get further ahead, but then when you get to this late game point and you're that far ahead, just make sure you don't lose when you end up in this 1v1. So yeah, this 400 army is going to close things out. Very nice. There's the GG. So a full 7-player kill for a non. It's pretty good. That's kind of the dream of free-for-alls is finding a 7-player kill. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's good. All right, well, I'll put the chill beats back on. I actually have my chill beats off because I had sound card issues. I had to keep like entering and re-entering and unentering my chill music. There we go, chill music back. Dance moves not included, so GG. We'll move on to the next one. Alrighty. Okay, so stretched it out. That was a pretty good game. Good to see. Probably that one was posted, I'd say. Like 7-player kill feels good, man. That was a bit of a pride post, I think, which I certainly dig. I'm cool with that. That was a good game. Players were back in the high yellow as well. Oh, Anonymous, you have found yourself in the wrong game, my friend. 30 against like 90s. It's not going to be a fun time unless you're smurfing. So we got, which is possible given using the anonymous tag, like which is the base one. We have Arnold 3 as our red anonymous, as the dark blue Farmagosta, as the light green CFC, as the purple T-Glide, our cyan Milos Nikolic. Dark green, anonymous again as the yellow and Shidi one. We are maroon. So we'll jump into the cast. Let's go. Okay. Decent sized map. Say probably the best position I think tends to be in the corners. That's kind of my favorite. I think corners give you, it feels like a degree of safety. So my players starting to run into each other. Do I always have one player just like chilling with looking for a king run, king play. There we go. So the king play actually starts at 28 there. So we'll pause at the 25 like we normally do. So it actually makes the king play at 27, which is I think there are better ways to make that king play, but whatever. You generally go a little bit later to make sure you get the run, because you only get one shot at it. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Well, I generally leave it a bit later. You want to play that king run, and this is very specific, around the timings of, around the turn timings for adding additional squares on. So like, say I push through this area, right? If I push through before turn 25, they're all one square. So then you take me, you know, the one army supply to neutralize the point, the one army supply to get me back onto the point. To make the point mine, because I have to leave one behind. So it takes off 2 of my army. If I wait until it hits 25, all of a sudden there's an extra army that I have to spend for every square that I push through. So you want to use these king pushes in conjunction with the turn timing. So like, I want to push through to my opponent's king at round like 49, just before these kind of rows hit like three stack, assuming they're not all captured up and move back to the king. Wait till they hit 3 stack and then push through. So that's why the timing is a little bit weird. Generally, you'll wait until like turn 35 or something like that, and then push. And then you push through your opponent's territory when they don't have any more supply. And they're probably going to be the weaker, where you have the most army, you've got the best chance. But other than that, we've got maroon and green running into each other. Cyan on their own for the moment, but at some point it's going to have to collide, and red and dark green as well. So they're going to be our matches for today. We've seen a very, very safe capping order from Anonymous. From the looks of things, not wanting to run into any other players, so maybe we just see a castle capture from him, but we'll see how we go. So this is the king run. Going to be successful. So that's good, really nice, but lucky the king was here. If the king was down here, it just wouldn't have worked. Wouldn't have been enough in the end, but it was a nice king run from Anonymous. So I'll definitely give him up that. It worked out, so congrats to him. That was well played. So it gets a really early capture, as you can see here, CFC already out of the game. So good stuff from Anonymous. Purple and dark green run into each other. This is cool. So this is a flanking maneuver coming in from Milos Nikolic. Going to be running around. So Arnold is going to be expecting the push to come from this direction, like this general idea. So like, this is the point where they make contact in terms of army. This is a huge flank around these mountain ranges. So he's going to come down, and my guess, and this is just a guess, he'll chill about here and then wait for this army to push down. And then once he sees the army pushing into his territory, then he makes his play onto the king. But we'll see how he plays it. Okay, gets the reveal. Okay, he just wants to find the king first. So that's going to be the major thing. Probably not here. So he's got some idea that the king's down here. And this is a good counter push, I think, coming out from Arnaud, but there's going to be enough on the king. So actually finds the reveal as the counter, and we have a pullback here from Miros, because it was really well timed as well, because you can see he hit 2 stack timings on turn 50. So actually making your pushes before turn 50, and then you get all this territory, and you get a lot of armies for free as well, which makes it harder for your opponent to regain that territory. So that's certainly the time you want to make your pushes, is just before the turn tick timings to increase the army supply in each of the regular squares. So going to be consolidating some of these 2s back down to his king to make sure that that all stays safe. Good play. We'll actually just push this. Yeah, that's smart, I think. Pushing that is smart. Okay, I'm not sure that Arnold's going to have enough to deal with this. Looking around the rest of the map, not too much else interesting happening. I think this is our main fight. Who's he going to guess? Is he going to guess correctly? Guesses correctly. Runs into the 40 stacks, though. So should know it's down here. Okay, trades out. Okay, we get the big push coming through now. So it's another king stack push. This is really smart. So this is a cool way of playing. Has left the king and the castle here completely undefended, but there's a benefit of that. So the negative is that if an army runs through and randomly finds it, king's dead, straight up. The benefit is none of his territory is captured, so green has no idea that yellow's down here. Even pushing so far as to here, these lines here, has no idea that there's a player in this general vicinity. So it's harder in a sense to find the king. If the king gets run over, it's bad, but if not. So you can see here a distinct, like a really obvious, a really distinct play style coming in from Anonymous, that just avoiding any territory contact around his king to make sure that the runs are directed at like taking a player out of the game, which he's not going to quite find here, but does find the king, trades that one out. So let's see how he plays this one. Okay, there's the takeover from red as well. So we'll just go back and watch this one down the bottom. Yeah, the 40 stack actually going to be coming through at the same time. That's a bad push timing. That's really unlucky. It came through here, but it's a little bit too late. The 35 stack could have worked, but it's actually going to be the takeover for Arnold, despite Milos having the being a little bit further ahead as well. And this is another benefit, is that Anonymous can now push through, and assuming the push works, he's in a really good position because none of this territory gets revealed. Like, for now, like, Farmer knows the king's probably over here somewhere, or at least in this general vicinity, because this push is coming through, but none of this other terror is connected, so Farmer couldn't have possibly seen this coming, because this is the first push that's made contact with this territory. Would have thought it's over here. As you can see, there's a 17 stack that's pulled to that area, and it's going to cost him the game here. There we go. There's the king capture. Puts him in a really good position. So Anonymous in the best position for the moment. Those king runs looking really good, though. Obviously, his king's quite exposed here, so keep that in mind. Really close king on the side of Shandy. Really close to the line. Same with our Aqua player, T-Glide. See how this one gets played out. As soon as you capture an opponent, like, you all of a sudden go from like having this much territory to this much territory, and it's a pretty big. You got to analyze this really quickly and see, like, okay, where are the big stacks? How many castles do they have? Like, how can I consolidate my forces from here? And really quickly, you got to make those choices and work out, because it just changes the game completely when you get a capture. It's like, okay, which opponents was he fighting? Am I getting pushed right now? There's so much going on, which is really cool. Okay, Anonymous making runs into red. Arnold now. Has no idea where the king is, though. Okay, we got some big stacks, and big stacks coming in from Maroon here. So that's a 100 stack, and there's another 100 stack on the king. So are we consolidating back towards the king for a push, or just for safety? 138 stack going to be pushing it as well. Oh, wow. Oh, it's such a good play. Actually, like, pushes directly through a castle, but ends up getting cleaned up, so that's unfortunate. Actually, both of our top players trading out here. As you can see, they moved to the bottom of the scoreboard of trading out all that army supply. Wow, this is a pretty big run as well. Retakes the castle. Gonna find the king. One more square, so close. One square off locating the king, but hasn't actually managed it yet. What do we see here from yellow? Where are the big armies? Nothing moving yet, but what are units on these forward castles? Getting a consolidation onto this king, which still hasn't been revealed, by the way. Nice push coming in. Shandy gonna get cleaned up. Nice play from T-Glide. Captures the castle back. There's the econ. There's the king reveal. Pulls back to the castle to try and hold that position. Decent push coming in from the bottom here as well. Yellow player Anonymous looking for his next capture, and it's going to be onto red. So being very clear about who you're going after is important. This should be a win here as well. There we go. There's a takeover. Okay, it's T-Glide, Anonymous, and Arnold. Our last three players remaining in this game. I'd say it's between T-Glide and Anonymous. But as we see here, just a big commitment from Anonymous. Just wants to find the king and close this game out. Should find it here. There's the king capture. Very nice. Okay, we got a one-on-one. Anonymous versus T-Glide. Army supply slightly in the favor of Anonymous. It's a 600 stack. It's I guess a fair way in favor of Anonymous, but we'll see how the plays come out, where the plays come out from. See, we're already starting to push into the territory as T-Glide. Got to make some action happen. It's on T-Glide to make action happen here. Maybe a consolidation to the king, but that's the issue with kind of having these straight lines, is that it's really easy to get to the king. If you're just following lines and you happen to run across these 6 lines, it's going to be really easy to find the king. So that could be an issue. Okay. Looks like castle captures coming in for Anonymous. Army supply starting to stabilize. First push coming out here. It's a bad run though. He's going to cross a bunch of 7s and go nowhere near a king. Will he find the 1 line? If he found the 1 line, that'd be really good. Finds a fake 1 line. There's nothing there. There's just some random units getting pulled. So I don't think T-Glide really has very much information. Another bad 7 run. Has to burn through a lot of units just to go for this push. Okay, finds a bit of free space. King reveal. PogChamp. Wow, that's such a good run from T-Glide. That was like lucky as hell, and that puts you in a really good position. So now, like, Anonymous has some decisions to make. He has some real big decisions to make, because his king's been real, and he doesn't know where T-Glide's king is, and T-Glide has pretty huge army supply. Like, how quickly can he consolidate to this position? We're about to find out. Okay, getting rid of some of the vision, but like this is not important. Like he doesn't need to clear up the vision. He needs to just pull everything like back to the king. He needs to pull all this. Like I would pull these like 80 stacks first back, and then pull these 50 stacks back to the king. Because this could be game ending. If you just push for it, T-Guy should just push with everything here. Just push with absolutely everything and just go ham after that king, which he isn't. But okay, there's a 3. There's the stack coming through from the right hand side. So that's going to consolidate into the king. Good to see. This 90 stack should also consolidate on the king. Good. Because yeah, you just know that T-Glide's building up like everything he's got for like one big push. That's what we're going to see here. But how quickly can he get it done? How efficient is T-Glide's consolidation going to be? Nice, even pulling off the king. I love that. Needs to get these 70 stacks as well. That could be important. Okay, he's got 1,000 stack. Got 1,000 stack. Going to be pushing into the 700 stack coming in from Anonymous. I don't think Anonymous hasn't pulled all these units up here. Look at this. There's like probably like a 300 pull or something like that coming in from this area. 300 pull could save him. This is gonna be so close. It's gonna be really close. Wow. Oh! Wow, that was within 1. That was in 1. We're gonna watch that back. That was nutty. That was in I'm pretty sure that was within 1 army supply of taking the game. That's just nutty at this stage. This is 300 moves in. How close was it? There's the pause. Wow, he could have actually won it. If so, like, as like Anonymous pushes in, I'm gonna slow it. Wow, could have won it. I don't know why he moved that way. You could actually set preemptive moves. So like I can tell my army to run along this path like that. I don't have to like give it orders while it's doing that. I can just tell it to run along that path. I don't know why I pushed it here. Did he forget where the king was? Might have done. That's so close. Can't do it. No, don't move off. I should have almost moved off that square. That could have been really dangerous. Okay, he should trade this. The Anonymous should trade this. Like, trade this, preemptively trade this. Right, he half traded it. There's a 400 stack pushing through from the king. Yeah, not grabbing these castles could be the game ender. Okay, so I think this army wins if it pushes through. This game's intense. What's he doing? Okay, he's actually recaptured this area, but like... Okay, where can another pull come from? See another pull from here? These 80 stacks coming through and grabbing the 9s on the way to the king? Could be the best push. This counter's nice. So 142 stack, I'm pretty sure is going to end the game. Yeah, that's it. It's GG. Nice play. Wow. T-Glide takes the game. That was intense. What a game. Wow, 334 turns. That was intense. Man, T-Glide just had such a good run, like finding the king down here. That was nutty good. And that's kind of one of the issues of just leaving the king by itself. Was like, he just ran along the edge of the territory of Anonymous. That wasn't like a weird push. It was just along the edge of the territory. Trying to find the king. And just happened to be a good push. That was well played. T-Glide played that really well from behind. Very impressive. Nice king run strats from Anonymous though as well. Like, props to him. That was a really good game. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are back. Cool. So that was actually turned out to be a good restart, that particular one. My OBS then like crashed twice, so fun. This is going to be a struggle for the editing master that I am, but I'll go through it. Okay. So next game, we're onto it. So GGTH will be our red, Anonymous as our dark blue, 555 as our light green, your mother as the purple. No, that was not a shot at you, it's just the name, Tomagawaka as the cyan. It's beyond me. I'm insert name here from somewhere in Europe. Don't even know the language. There you go. F-Boy as our yellow and Master of Generals as the maroon. Let's get into the game. Right, so larger map. The map size and the layout obviously changes with every game. Like map size as well and spawn locations. So let's see how this one plays out. These guys, none of these guys making runs? That's really weird. Okay, yeah, they're making runs now. They're really late runs. Kind of inefficient, but okay. Guess that'll work out. Yeah, really light territory captures overall. So we're around 25 and we actually have no contact from any of our players in terms of their territory. Just gonna move this up a little. There we go. Okay, there's the collapse here. So a bit of territory been revealed. This line actually wins, by the way. A bit more, a few more units because Tomogawa's overcommitted to the bottom here. So this army can actually push through and take it. If 555 is paying attention, this army actually wins. Surprised he hasn't pushed through. That's a mistake. That's actually a really bad play from Tomogawa. Like, it might pay off, but it's so dangerous. Because this 35 line could just win it. Yeah, what timing as well. Look at this timing. As the push is actually coming in from 555. This is just really a high level play, which is not surprising. Like 95, pretty good player. Push is coming through like before the 50 mark, so none of these points are level 2 yet. So that was a really good play. Actually misplays it and doesn't get the capture, but will now. Like this run gets the capture now. So overall, nicely played. That was pretty impressive and gets our first finish of the game. With that being said, F boy trying to go for the old counter. Makes it run in the wrong direction though. That's not where you want to go. This way, F boy. Yeah, you done lost your way, my friend. Could have looked for a good capture there, but unfortunately not. Doesn't find anything. Maybe makes a run from his base. Certainly a possibility. A lot of territory getting grabbed by Master of Generals, so we'll hide his king just relative to the amount of territory that it has. So you hit his territory and it could be anywhere in here. So that's a good play. Oh, 71 line. Yeah, nice. Okay, that's going to push through and run straight into 5-5's army. She manages to stop this push, and now if we have a look at it, 5-5 is always going to be in the economic lead, regardless of, not only does he have more territories, obviously more army kind of collection from the squares, but has a castle. Yellow does not have a castle. F-Boy does not have a castle, and therefore will seriously be lacking in terms of this big pushing power, assuming 5-5 can consolidate back onto the king. So puts 5-5 in a really good position. Maroon and dark green coming very close. Okay, your mother I think has, so like this could be an AFK, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're really tricky late pushes, but I'm guessing it's an AFK. It's normally an AFK at this point. Okay. Nice push coming in from F-Boy, but again, it's not going to be enough. Castle pressure is just too high. Wow, okay, this is King Reveal territory right here. Nasty. Going to be consolidating some forces onto that point, and forces back Maroon. Nice play. Okay. This is a nice push. Actually avoiding each other. Wow. So this is going to be who gets there first. If we look up towards light green and dark, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be, I don't know if this is going to be enough. So that's 26 versus 26. It's not going to be enough. Wow. Okay, so this should be a win for 5-5-5. Should just go for this one. Oh, we got a takeover there. I missed it. It's cool. Had a push coming in. Okay, yeah. This 1-20 line that I thought was going to go for dark green actually decided to go for blue. Had a straight line run coming in, and we'll actually find the king capture. Nice play. Good to see. This 35. Oh, no, misses just off to the side. 5-5-5 should have gone down here for the king. Misjudges and actually misses it. That could be costly. It's actually going to cost him the game. That's really nasty. 5-5-5, if it only went in the right direction, could have captured that, but fantastic work. F-Boy keeps his cool and is now close to the lead in this game. So, Master General still slightly ahead, and certainly more castles for him. Okay, this would be a good push at the moment. Patka, kind of into that. Really small territory control and has a decent idea where Maroon's general could possibly be. So this should just be a push, I think. In my opinion, should just try and go for the kill. See if that's what happens, but nice consolidation. Okay, this is good. Yeah, gonna get countered now. Probably not gonna get traded. Close. Last 10. Oh, we've even got a green push coming, a yellow push coming in from F-Boy. doesn't realize that Master of General is the other big boy in this game. Players can see these leaderboards as well as it's going on, so you know how much territory an opponent potentially has, which I think is a good feature. The fact that you can see how much army they have, how much land they have, so you know what kind of position that you're in and the potential position of their general. It gives you a lot of information. Okay. Oh. There we go. Keep playing. There we go. So that was a maroon takeover of we did miss that, but that was a maroon takeover of Arthur. Just the second army coming through. That 50 line's gonna get it. 50 stacks gonna get it. Nice capture. Okay, so I think the real danger to Master of Generals here is maybe red just pushing through. Actually goes for a double castle capture. I don't know if that was the best move. These are just going to get traded out, and that was trading a lot for neutral. That was essentially trading for neutral armies. That was just softening up the castles for Master of Generals to take. That's rarely the right play, is going for these neutral castles that close to your opponent's territory. That just tends not to be a good move, so I don't like that. That's a pretty big throw from GGTH. Capturing them back now, but has no idea where the king, as you can see, is really suffering in terms of army supply. 200 stack coming in is probably the last ditch effort. Don't know why it's going this way. Maybe he had no idea where Marine spawned. Definitely doesn't want to run into here. This could actually be... This could be a negative for Master Generals, because he's incentivizing GDTH to push away from the castles when should be incentivizing him to push towards them. Like, yes, my king is maybe over here or something. This looks like a blocker. Like, it's just too dangerous to go into. This 200 block is going to be nice though. Good play. Going to stop the reveal. Consolidating position. Has to worry about two fronts though as well. Like, F-Boy's pushing in at the same time as GDTH, which is a good play from both of these players. Like, you want to be focusing the top guy, not only because they're the most dangerous, but also because there's the most potential for gain. Like, you have the best chance of actually capturing all their territory and getting all their castles as well. So, for various reasons, you want to go for the top guy. Okay, they're making runs. Wow, that's really close. If they kept going, that actually could have been a capture. Gets blocked. Oh, gets revealed. Nice. Okay, cool. So Master of Generals could be in trouble here because GDTH has actually revealed the king position. And there's a 55 stack coming right forward. Okay, gets consolidated with a 74. There's a 144 as well here. I don't know why this 144 isn't moving. I don't know what's going on here. Wasting moves. This is wasted moves from Master of General. Needs to be worrying about the king at this point. Nothing else. Okay, this 50 stack doesn't pick up the 145 on the way. Maybe he hasn't seen it. Pulls back onto the king. That is going to be close. Okay, there's the 152 stack. Just getting there in time. Jeez, that was razor edge for Master of Generals. Yeah. Jeez, I'm not that baller. I wouldn't do that. Jeez, that came close. That should be the game though, because this 197 should push through. I'm pretty sure it just destroys this and finds the king. If it pushes, should push. Should push. Let's do something with it, because this army might overtake the king. Wasting time. This is wasting time for Master of Generals. Just get one player out of this game, then consolidate. That's what you should be doing. If you think about this, like, there are 500 stacks here and stuff like that. Like, there are big stacks down here. If you capture the enemy general, you get all these. You get these armies. They don't disappear. You get them. There's just more incentive for him to push through and try to take out GGTH. Alright, he's gonna get it. Wow! Huge misplay from Master of Generals. Wasted so many moves down the bottom here, just trying to fend off F-Boy. That should not have been where his focus was. That should have been on the king or going for a counter push. Could have found that so easily. That was definitely a mistake. And now it's GDTH in a fantastic position. You see there the advantage of going for a very aggressive play. Okay, in terms of knowledge now, so F-Boy versus GGTH, I'm pretty sure Mother's DC'd, like 99% at this point. Maybe AFK victory, you never know, but if we're looking here, we've got, they've just run into each other here. So GGTH captures, sees this yellow here. So thinks that yellow's been pushing from this general vicinity. And the side of F-Boy sees that Master of Generals gets taken over, and Master of Generals has this area, so has some idea that General of GGTH is somewhere up here. So I'd say our players have a pretty good general idea of the king positioning. General or king, or whatever you want to call it. So I use king. I think king's better. King positioning. So it's smart consolidating down the bottom. It's definitely what you want to do. And start stacking up units down here. Start blocking. Okay, this is a 460 run. Nice. See where it goes for. Should know that, like, it's not down the bottom. This is a smart run. Okay, this is probably too early. So this is like a scouting run. So seeing how it goes down a square, across a square, up a square, across a square, down a square. So it reveals as much surrounding territory as possible. But I don't think that's the time to be doing the run. It should be fairly obvious that GGTH is up here somewhere. In my opinion, I think it should be pretty obvious. So I feel like this is a bit of a wasted run, and really just F-Boy not really thinking about it. It's actually gonna trade out here. So this is a hard position to play from. FF-Boy has pretty much the same army supply, but the issue being that it's all trapped up here. Like the army supply is all trapped up here. What I would probably be doing, and it depends what F-Boy is thinking at this point in the game. Like, is he thinking maybe that GGTH is somewhere around here? Possible. Unlikely, but possible. He could be thinking that. What I would be thinking is that GGTH is somewhere in the top section of this map. So I would be pulling... I would do a castle pull up the top side of this map and actually look for a push through the top side as opposed to through the bottom side, and just try and keep this position down the bottom somewhat consolidated so the king is partly protected. The other issue is, like, this is a natural pathway for F-Boy to path through because of the mountain ranges. Like, this is for, to a degree, impassable terrain. So these are like only the kind of main runs that we could be seeing through here. Both of our players trying to consolidate positions down the bottom of this map still. No action at the top. As you can see, none of these castles are getting pulled. I still think this should be the focus. Like, just ignore this. Ignore down the bottom. Like, consolidate top castles. Okay, there's the 90 push. Okay, this is what I want to see. I don't like taking the neutral castle, but okay. I don't like taking the neutral castle. I don't think that was a good push. Even GGTH trying to expand up the top. Okay, so it's a 480 push and a 2... runs into a neutral castle that he probably didn't see. Okay, so this is just... It's turning into castle fighting. Which can work out, but... I think this castle fighting still favors GGTH. Has more castles. These castles are in a worse position because you want castles that are close to... relative to your king. Like, this is what you want. Because you want quick pulls to your king. And definitely the castle advantage goes to GGTH at this point, so... I don't know, I don't think castle fighting's the right move by F-Boy. They're getting trades out a big army here. If that push came through sooner, could have done a lot more. Still can pull a lot from up here. Like, if he runs these, like, 12 and 13 lines and, like, runs them through the castles, you can probably get, like, I don't know, like a 400 stack or something pushing through here. Probably a 400 stack. Okay, there's a 300 stack, that's not bad. Could have more efficiently got a 400 stack, I think, pushing through, but we'll see. Gets traded? No, it doesn't get traded. Okay, that was smart. So, as you saw here, there was an army pushing through from GGTH, so F-Boy's just going to guess and hope that they were pushing from the king position. They weren't, but they could have been. So this is actually a good play from GGTH and how I play, like leaving a lot of squares surrounding the king stacked, so it doesn't look like a likely pathing spot. I do like that from F-Boy. This is a good follow. I don't know if it's going to pan out, but it's a good follow. Army still hasn't been traded. Nice, okay, good block, good block. That was a good block from GGTH. As you can see, more, as I've said before, like move the king square off to make sure this army gets traded. With that being said, it could still push. I think that gets revealed. Yeah, I think it's pretty sure he's seen king. I don't know if that got quite to the square. I think I saw king there. Okay, not much actually happening down the bottom. Pretty sure that saw king there. Okay. 500 stack gets consolidated. Maybe it didn't see king. No, it probably did. Maybe it didn't. So confusing. Okay, just constant fighting at the top here. Meanwhile, your mother just chilling. Okay, moves half stack off to try and grab this position. I think what would be better here is just to leave like king square the way it is, and maybe because of how good the castle control is down here, like all these few points that F-Boy has don't really matter. The fact that castle control is there is really important. Like maybe grab these. So that's like that's almost 1k. You can probably get a 1k pull down to the king. If you can get a 1k pull to the king, it'd be really hard for F-Boy to actually play that. I think that would be better rather than just trying to like trade out this territory. Yes, like getting castles is important, totally is, but like getting your army consolidated and your king is also important. So I would like to see that. I think that would be the better play here. Just go for a. Okay, maybe he's just gonna go for a big push. 400 stack down here, a couple of 100 castles around. This is the problem here. Like this is what GGTH should have prepared for. Like we've seen like F-Boy's just like pulled a lot from up here, and now he's pushing, and from the king as well. Actually like ran a king stack like through all the way up here and pulled from the castles as well. Like didn't pull all these 16 stacks and stuff, but like now there's a 700 army pushing towards the king, and all the castles around here are gutted from the previous attacks from F-Boy, which puts F-Boy in a really good position to close out the game here because all this hasn't been consolidated. So this 400 stack's now too late. I'm pretty sure he's gonna lose. Gonna lose. It's game. Yeah, I mean, I called it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I called it. Not a very good play. Imagine if your mother does like does a run and wins here. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of weird. I did call it though. That was, yeah, consolidation is so important. And there's a time and a place for it for sure. Like it's not always the best move to consolidate, but it definitely was here. 100% was the right move to consolidate and just didn't do it. There was like a full K he could have easily pulled in a single run back to the king and didn't do it. So that was really disappointing, but GG. It's cool. So that should be this game over. I'm guessing he finds it eventually, or maybe he just GG'd out. Maybe he doesn't care about rank, but just leave it AFK. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, what? Wait, did F-Boy think the game was over? Hello, your mother. Well, welcome to the video game. How are you? That's interesting. All right. Wait, I don't think F-Boy's moving. Is F-Boy moving? I don't think F-Boy's moving. I think F-Boy thought the game was over. Lol. What happens here? I'm going to speed it up a bit. Oopsie. Forget about the game? I think that F-Boy's AFK. It's pretty funny. You can see how long it would take to like come back from your mother, because your mother now has to, like, the best move here is to get castles and like just stack everything up, like go castle to castle, because like he has to run through like 20 stacks and stuff, so that's gonna be nasty. This is pretty funny. Yeah. Oopsie, man. Do you want to lose ELO? Because that's how you lose ELO. That would be sad. Like 95 is like really high as well. It's kind of disappointing. It's pretty funny. Wow. Maybe F-Boy's just like chuckling watching this. This is pretty funny. The secret strat. Just don't get revealed the entire game. Wait until your opponent goes AFK and then win. Genius. These numbers are nutty. This is great. Let's see how long it takes to... If you can find the king, that'd be really good. We're actually pretty close. It's not bad, not bad. I'm trying to find it. It's right there. Go a bit faster. Ah, found it. Very nice. Cool. All right, there we go. That's going to be game. I guess your mother technically wins. Congratulations, I think. Interesting. All right, cool. All right, jump into the next one. Alrighty, and this will be the last cast of the session that I'm currently running. So yeah, this is going to be the last cast. I think done about an hour of generals or something. Generals.io, which is not bad for a first casting session. Okay, our players for this game, another high elo one. Anonymous, red, heaven, dark blue, clean, light green, Noidios, purple, robots in heels, our cyan, 0 times GG, dark green, anonymous as the yellow, and Gorka, which I think we've already casted today. It's going to be our maroon. So we'll jump into the game. Let's go. Fairly spread spawns, this one. There's nothing particularly close. This kind of gives you a barrier as well, like having a neutral. I'd say like, I definitely say that, I would say that green probably has the best. Oh, let's discuss the turn 25. Okay, so turn 25. Right, so we've got. I'd say this is probably the best general position to be playing from, almost for sure. Like protected by mountain ranges, has the neutral castle here as well, so you'd have to take that to reveal the general. So sometimes you just get really good spawns. That being said, it's kind of good and bad because like any run automatically leads you towards that corner. Like that's where you're going to be heading in terms of a run in this direction if you've got any idea where green spawns in. So I think going for a king run is definitely the best move for clean. If he expands out here, it's like really obvious to red, like, oh, you're up here. Whereas going for like this king run, I think is definitely the best play. So a lot of the early game is just analyzing your position on the map and like how the terrain affects the flow and your potential attack paths as well, and like how you actually want to play out the game, because there are a lot of strategies you can use. Yeah, we'll keep going. A few of our players seem to run into each other over here. Yellow, cyan, dark green. Could get 2v1 here. This could be nasty. I'm pretty sure cyan's out of this, like straight up. Like this is a bad spot to get into, like where you're pretty much going to get 2v1 guaranteed. That could be really nasty. So you got another king run coming in from Tamagawa. It's not going to be might be okay if he goes in the right direction. Okay, this could be a push coming in from Zero OG. It's not going to work out though. King reveal for both of our players. Okay, there's the... Oh, it's a castle capture. Okay, nice. If you spawn next to the castle, then Tamagawa decided to go for a castle capture. Let's see if Clean goes for the same thing, but there's the takeover from Zero G, gets robots and heals. That was a good push. So he's now in a fairly good position to fight against Anonymous. Should just push up and consolidate on this castle so I can't get taken. Does get called out now, but taking back this castle should be the number one thing on your mind. Like early castles are so important in terms of your economy. So at this point, it's almost like Anonymous is taking out robots and heals, because taking the castle control is the most important thing. Okay, a bit of a fight going over here. Again, just because this castle got captured, it just put Heaven in a better position. So Heaven's actually in a great position now, because Heaven has triple castle and king and king. So that, remembering that every castle is about the equivalent of 25 land, because land produces, regular blocks produce every 25 turns. Castles and kings produce every turn. So it's essentially like 1 to 25. So this puts Heaven in a great position. Up on our other players who just have one castle max. If Heaven can kind of bank up a lot of units over the next few turns and then just make a strong push, that'd put him in a great position. Okay, here's the king push coming in from Clean. Actually goes through the neutral castle looking for the kill. Great play! Fantastic work! That was awesome from Clean. Noidios is severely annoyed if I was to hazard a guess at how he's feeling right now. One line's really obvious here as well, back to the king. So this should be, I think this is going to be 0GG going down. But that was such a good push from Clean. This could be dangerous. Okay, here, this could be the king reveal because this is a very natural push location for Anonymous. Okay, Army's actually going to trade. I like this from Heaven as well. He's chilling and biding his time and actually using his castle advantage to create more advantage and capturing more castles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 castles and the king. Great position, great spot. And see it's already starting to pay off in terms of army, which is really the key stat here. Okay, and this is nasty from Clean as well. Actually, going to look for a counter push onto, goes for a castle capture. I never really like this. That's trading out neutrally. I don't like it. I think that's a bit of a throwaway from Clean. He could have just looked for a push into the base. It's also not going to pan out. Essentially, this is just throwing units at each other. Anonymous and 0GG. So you can see, like, you know, they're at the bottom of the scoreboard. Fairly obvious. This is a good push. Okay, stealing castles, this is good here. As long as you consolidate those positions and, like, yeah, there we go, trade them out. It's good. Just keep trading out castles. Oh, finds the king. Okay, king's been revealed here. So Clean knows where Anonymous's king is, but might be too late because there's a big push coming out from Heaven. Heaven's actually decided to start the push, to actually pull everything from these castles and now starting a push of his own. So that's going to be, okay, that's really good from Heaven. Who is in the good position to start off with. There's like an 86 line pushing through, but that's really bad for Clean. Clean invested a lot in trying to take Anonymous out of this game. Okay, eventually all this army gets traded out. Yeah, well, Heaven's in a great spot. And really, the other two players have very little knowledge of where he's playing from. Why is he pushing up? Oh, he's looking for... Okay, he's going to go for Clean. Okay. This is interesting. 93 line up here. So there's a bit of searching to go. Maybe just going for castle captures? I don't know. So there's a lot of units you can pull from here as well. So maybe just repulls. I do like this. Kind of like chilling on your opponent's castles and making them trade out army. It's cool. The 70 push is good as well. Gets traded. Still just, yeah, Notice and 0GG running into each other. They've got no option, but like it's just a really crappy position to get into because these players are just almost certainly going to lose once once one of them takes out the other. Alternatively, like a really strong push comes through and just takes them out. Okay, this 400 push should close it. Should find the king. Good counter push. This is the right play. Because the Clean 100% can't hold this king. Like, it just doesn't have enough to pull to the king to save from the 397 push. So, like, pushing out and just trying to maybe find the king is definitely the best idea. So, unlucky, we'll lose out. But it was definitely the right move. 100% this is the right move. So, nice try. It's just like the king is all the way over here. So, damn. So close as well. Like, so close to revealing it. Probably couldn't have done anything. I don't think he can pull enough troops to actually do anything about the 300, but came really close to revealing it at least. So kudos. I think that was well played. Okay, I think Clean once Clean closes out Heaven, it should be GG. Okay, getting countered at the moment by Yellow, so we'll force a bit of consolidation. Which is good. I mean, like, keeping this 400 stack on the king is smart. Doesn't know where these other players are. Yellow in particular is dangerous. See, there's the safety. If you pulled everything off the king, could be in huge trouble right now. If that yellow stack pushed through, could have been in big trouble had everything been pulled off the king, but Heaven plays it smart. Well, Heaven, yeah, there we go. Wrong color green. Wait, this is dark red. I thought it was pushing through light green. Oopsie. Has no idea just because he didn't see how the captures came out, so hopefully has some idea now that it's like over here somewhere. I just remember where he saw the army come through before as well, like that's a potential push location. Okay, here we go, there's the GG. Nice, good play. Bang. Okay, Heaven's in a really good spot now. So, Anonymous. Yeah, 820 OGGs on 344. You could be like a real good guy and like pull units off your king just for Anonymous to like come through and like have a shot in a 1v1, but players don't really have a shot now. I think this is smart from Anonymous. Instead of just like ramming stuff at 0GG when you just can't win, is just going for the kill on Heaven instead and just at that point winning the game. So I dig what he's throwing down. It's just not going to work. This is just good consolidation from Heaven. Well played. Like, if you look at it here, it's like there's no possible way Anonymous or 0GG can win this game. Unless they take out each other, because just Heaven has a 800 stack, which is more than any of their armies on his king already. So they can't pull enough troops. So very, very safe play from Heaven. I dig that. I like safe play. This is good. This is a good time to consolidate as well. When you're playing safe, like yeah, consolidate into castles. Like what if one of my opponents take each other out? Like I want castles then. I want castles. I want my position to be consolidated, and the other bonus to taking out these random points as well. Say 0GG takes out Anonymous. Like that's not going to give. Then it won't give 0GG any more information because all these points have been taken out. All this vision is gone if that gets taken out. So that's another bonus when you got that one-on-one situation and you're ahead, is like denying vision in case one of your opponents takes out the other one. Now it's going to 300 stack it through. Gets traded out, which is good. Again, trading is good. It's nearly always good. Oh, don't do it. No, I don't like it. He's moving his 800 stack off. Why? No, please. Please, Heaven. Please, Heaven. Please, Heaven. No. Heaven, no! I don't want to cast this game anymore. So sad. Such a bad play by Heaven. Didn't need to run a blocker there at all. If anything, he should have done, pulled half of the troops off his king. Pulled half off. Something win trading. Pulled half the troops off and then use that to clean up the army. You can pull half troops from a location. You don't have to pull all of them. You can pull a percentage. Wow, such a bad play from Heaven. Wow. That's such a bad play. I have no idea why he did that. That makes no sense to me at all. So that's going to be game at this point. There's no chance that 0GG gets back into it. But that being said, though, look at this, like 35 stack here. So consolidate? Question mark? Question mark? You gotta look. You got a lot to cover. Like Anonymous now has to scan all this and be like, oh, I have a 390 up here. Cool. There we go. He's found the 390. Cool. That should be game. Or maybe not. That consolidation though, 0GG. I don't want to spend so much time with Heaven. Then now 0GG is going to be pushing through. And 0GG, does he know? Do I remember? Does he know where the king is? I'm pretty sure 0GG knows where the king is. I'm pretty sure he revealed it earlier in this game. This has some idea. Wow. Wow, 0GG. Oh, wow. He did it. What a legend. What a legend. 0GG from like the lowest of the three, in the worst position, actually managed to close this game out. And Anonymous just overcommitted, taking out Heaven, and then didn't consolidate on the position, or didn't have any troops to consolidate. But Heaven should have just won that. Heaven really misplayed it. But good stuff from 0GG. That, like, just chilling on the castles that he had, consolidating everything, and then going for that hero push was awesome. Yeah, GG, that was a good game. Cool. Alrighty. So that'll wrap up generals. I'm guessing I'm going to post all these together just for fun. I'll just chuck them all in one video, and let me know if you like them. If you're watching the generals.io cast, it's something I'd be keen to do again. I think I can bring a little bit of shoutcasting prowess to this game, having played quite a bit of it before. So if you enjoy the content, let me know and I can do more of it. If not, that's cool. I don't really have any plans to do it if no one's interested in watching it. I'm not that keen on it, but if people are interested, I'd be more than happy to do some more casts. Or if I do more, let me know what kind of style you want. Do you want me more explanation? Do you want anything else from it? Like how do you want me to cast it? That kind of thing. What kind of games do you want me to see? Do you want to see some team games or some 1v1s? Depends what people are interested in, and I'm happy to give those a cast. I'll try some team games or 1v1s next time. But thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. My name is Blake from the Generals Gentlemen. If you like the generals.io, subscribe if there are generals. I will post this on the Reddit, so maybe you're coming from the Reddit. So if you sub, we do a lot of RTS games. we're pretty broad. We do a lot of different things. We enjoy a lot of different games. So thank you for joining me today. It's been fun. Catch you later.